you're looking for an artistic women's portraiture company where she can bring out the best in you, a side that you want other people to see, then you need to call Indigo Moon. Each setting is designed especially for you. The number is 989-708-6776, not the run-of-the-mill portraiture company. Indigo Moon. Call Chandra. For the best food in town, check out Heather's. It's made to order. They're located at 205 3rd Street. They're open for lunch and will deliver 989-402-1116 and extra special dinners on Friday and Saturday nights. They posted on Facebook.com/Heather's Restaurant. Wendell's Home and Design, making home design affordable. Located at 5260 East Pickard Street, Mount Pleasant. Call them at 989-772-2914.
This is Coach Charlie Cosens with Cosens Martial Arts. We offer classes from ages 2 to 12 for our kids, and we also offer adult classes. You can reach us at 989-297-8558 or on our website. That's CosensMMA.com, COSENSMMA.com. We have a 30-day free trial always in effect, and ask us about our Diva deal.
Hi, this is Ashley from Two Men in a Truck Bay City. We are the movers who care. Give us a call at 989-895-5252 for all your moving needs. Boxes, packing supplies. No move is too big or small for us. Visit us at www.twomen.com.
Wine glasses are full. The Divas are ready. Now back to the Divalution show.
Hey, they didn't clink over the board this time. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, before I forget, I would like to wish a very happy birthday to Susan Missig, who's a big listener and one of our favorite people.
Yes.
You met her, yes.
Yes.
And we have another special birthday. Who would that be, Tambo?
That would be my husband.
And how old is?
He might hurt me. He's going to be 50 on Saturday.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Big 5-0.
Yes.
And you're going to be meeting him very soon here, Charlie.
Yes, he's going to be joining me in the boot camp.
Yes,
He is.
Mm-hmm.
It's March 2nd, right?
Yes, looking forward to it.
And I think we may, too. You need to talk to my husband, though, before
Sure,
that.
I'll talk to him.
So we are talking about last year we talked about getting ready for change, and that's part of the process of changing. I think you have to make up your mind, or you have to get fed up. You did that when you decided that.
You know, the interesting thing for me was not that I did this, mental thing in my head. I'm going to start on this day and start doing it. I'm going to start doing it. I signed up for a meltdown thing at the Y. Had no clue what it was, and I get into the class and they said they wanted us to work out cardio for an hour 5 to 6 times a week. And I was just like, what? Are you kidding me?
I've never done that before.
And I didn't plan it. I just jumped in and did it. So it wasn't a pre-thought or I'm going to. I just did it.
But
and that worked better
you told
for
me once that you were just tired of being...
Absolutely.
And you made up your mind you were going to change.
I was tired of my body not functioning right. I mean, not being able to lift my hand up to brush my hair for a long period of time. I mean, simple things that at my age I should have been able to do, and it was difficult. And I was like, no, this can't go because I plan on living a long time.
Right. And, a lot of times I think you have to reach that point of totally fed up with your body arguing with you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
I was just thinking that what we're talking about here, it really isn't just an exercise class that you're doing here and there. This is a lifestyle change. This is something that you're bringing into the new year. This is something that's going to follow you all the time. It's not something that you're only going to do a few weeks or a few months and then stop doing. This is something that you have a chance to change your life, and it may start with an exercise class or start with a walk, but this isn't something that's going to be little. This is something that's going to affect the rest of your life. And that's what we need to do.
And that's how you have to look at it, right?
This is what change is. This is how we bring it in step by step.
Right. And you can have whatever reason you want. I mean, there must be a bazillion reasons to become fit, to change your quality of life. So we have people that have made some type of mental commitment to get fit, but haven't yet started on the physical part of it. Where should they start, Charlie?
Well, again, I think they should probably figure out, what they're into. Some people like to work out solo. Some people like the interaction of to have other teammates around and kind of have that camaraderie. And honestly, I think that most of us are like that, whether we're intimidated of the big groups or not. Once we get involved and have interaction, you tend to be happier. So
and
there's
being a little social in there too.
Yeah, exactly, being social. And a lot of us have these jobs where we go and we sit in these cubicles and we're like sectioned off away from people. I know me, if I go home for a weekend and I don't talk to anyone for 3 or 4 days, the last thing I want to do is go to the gym and talk to someone, But when I start rolling and I start talking, it's okay, it's easy. And you can imagine people that do this for years, they just don't become so antisocial.
Right.
They don't want to go to the gym, they don't want to communicate. But once you take that step and you move forward, then it's a lot easier, and you realize what socializing is, and you kind of see the outside world and what you've been missing. Exactly. So that's what I would say is try to figure out what you like and take some risks. Put yourself out there a little bit.
Take some risks. And doing Zumba is a big risk.
It's a big risk. It's a big risk. Yes.
It's awesome.
Yes.
So do you find you have people from all different walks of life doing Zumba?
I do. I have all walks of life, all men, women, kids. Sometimes I'll bring my daughter in there, and she does pretty well.
She's cute.
She does very well. She's 7, but she can booty shake it like
She can. It's a third
I don't know where she got it from.
Booty shake, booty shake.
But just
Tammy shook the whole building doing that one day.
all ages too, just all ages. And some of the moves, they're a little more risque, and I let them know that. It's like some moves, you may not be comfortable with, but give it a try. And and they just the way people. You can tell by their look, by their laugh, when they stop and giggle.
Oh, they get
they're
uncomfortable,
enjoying
right.
it. Or
Some moves I still don't have
down. They come out of their shells.
Or even certain songs, certain songs like, ooh, do I play that? Yeah, I'm going to play it. So I play it, and it's just like, oh, that's their favorite one now.
It is funny, isn't it?
It is.
I had this one woman that came to this gym, New Woman Health Club was the name of it, and these 2 women hired me to start it, and I got to order all the equipment and train everybody and everything. And this woman came to me. Her name was Ruth, and she was very overweight, and she wanted to be a runner. She had it in her mind. She wanted to be a runner. So we started walking for probably a year. We'd walk. And then she started doing my aerobics classes, and within 3 years, she was entering 5 and 10Ks.
Wow.
I believe
That's awesome.
And she looked, it was, you would have not known if you would have met her and then not seen her, you would have not known it was the same person. Sure. And one day, it was her and her husband's, they had just gotten married when she started, and it was like so it must have been their 5th anniversary. And he came to the gym, and I didn't even know who he was. And he came in and asked for me, and all he did was hug me. Yep. And he had tears in his eyes. And he said, "Thank you for bringing me my Ruth."
Oh, how
it was really nice. And, that's
who he was by the time he was done hugging.
When he said Ruth, I knew who he was.
Right.
But, and she is the perfect example. And there were a lot of ladies that came and went from that gym that were overweight or skinny or unhealthy that didn't stick with it, but Ruth did. And she's the perfect example of if you create a habit and change the way that your brain is firing, you can do that and make fitness a part of your everyday life. It will change you.
Yes. I remember when I first started getting into group fitness before I was even, I was interested in it always, but I took, it was a straight floor aerobics class, and that's what I started teaching was floor aerobics. So it was floor aerobics and then step and, just the different variety that piqued your interest. And I did start running, and when I started running, I can only do a block. I ran with a friend. We ran a block, and then we walked back, and that was it for my day. So I did that for a little while. Then I ran 2 blocks and then walked back. It was little baby steps.
And now you're a runner.
Around the block?
Yeah, eventually.
And Misty, how long have you been running?
A little over a year now.
And what made you start running?
Therapy.
And that's another good thing. It fires endorphins that go dormant. We
were talking about that.
We
weren't
were, yes. And all kind. I forget the names of them. Does anybody remember the names of them? What? The endorphins that it fires.
No.
It's
I just
like
call 'em
taking
endorphins.
a pill. So thank you.
Works good enough for
It's
me.
like, doctors will prescribe pills, and holistic doctors will prescribe pills for depression even.
Sure.
And sometimes all it takes is a little bit of physical movement
Sure.
if you
Right.
haven't done it. So
Right.
it helped you, didn't it, Misty?
Growing up, I was never super, super athletic. I didn't do a lot of physical things, and I would have never thought that I'd be someone that would get into any type of exercise program, and now I'm hooked.
Well, you would never know that you were not athletic.
Really.
That's honest God truth,
Well,
yes.
thank you.
You're
but
welcome.
I mean, now I am absolutely hooked. If I miss too many days, I really, really miss it. I am.
Because you made it a part of your life.
Yes, and you can. So I mean, there's hope for anyone, even the people who have never been active. Because I was in my 40s before I got active.
True.
Yeah.
Never too late.
Never too late. Never
So
too late.
it's never too late. Always start off slowly.
Have a friend.
Have a friend. What else?
It's a change of lifestyle.
Change your lifestyle. And if you do just one thing at a time, don't try to do everything at once. Don't try to change your eating habits and start exercise and go gung-ho like that, because something's going to give.
That's true. And you have certain things you're not going to give up, and you shouldn't, because if you try to give up everything, you're not going to stick to it. My coffee's an example.
I'm not giving up mine either.
I'm not either. And see, it's not just my coffee, because I actually put no sugar added chocolate in it. And I do
I
half
didn't
and
know
half.
this. This was a secret that you
No sugar added chocolate and half in my coffee. And I have not, through everything, I have not given that up. And I think that's one of the things why I'm sticking to it, because if I had to give that up, forget it, I'm done. That's my one.
And so that's a good way to look at it. You
Yeah.
know, if you don't have to give those things up if you're burning enough calories. And when you have, let's talk about burning calories right now.
Sure.
So it used to be that there was that calorie deficit, and people would tell you to burn calories by, the experts used to tell you to burn calories by doing some type of aerobic exercise. That's changing now, isn't it? They're telling you now, this is one of the reasons why I know my degree's so old, because I was reading the other day, now they're saying go to the gym and work out with weights and don't spend so much time on the cardio.
Definitely, absolutely. You have to have a healthy combination of exercise and diet. You definitely need both of those. You can't. I mean, obviously, if you take in no calories, you're going to lose weight. There's no question about that. But you're going to probably feel horrible in the meantime too, because you have no energy.
Right.
And kind of going back to what you were saying about Ruth, what you did for her is you saved her life, basically. And so many people don't think of this, but when you're mortally obese, all right, you don't think about picking up that McDonald's hamburger and eating. It's no big deal, right? But if someone put a hardcore drug in front of you, you probably wouldn't do that, right? But it is no different. Okay, your obesity and the way you treat your body through food will kill you just as good as any kind of hardcore drug will. And I worked with a guy that was, I think, 100 pounds overweight, and I told him, look, you have to start looking at this food that you're eating as poison. Program your mind to say that this is poison and you will not eat it anymore. Right. And he just told himself that over and over and over. Within about 6 months, he had lost a ton of weight. I think he lost 80 pounds the last time I talked to him.
Nice.
But you have to view it as that. I mean, you wouldn't. Most of us wouldn't do those crazy drugs. Well, when you pick up, some unhealthy food,
you're eating plastic. You might as well eat a bottle.
Yeah, you're killing your body from the inside out. You really are.
And another thing I do is I look at it and I think of the calories. How many minutes in Zumba would I have to do for this one thing? And a lot of times I'll put it aside.
It's not worth it.
No, I'll visualize eating it and the taste, and I put it aside.
And that's kind of how I am too. Like sometimes we've been really fortunate at Leeds. People have cut donuts in half. Have you noticed that? And I hardly ever eat donuts, maybe twice a year. But if there's a jelly donut or a cream-filled one, I'm gonna have it. And I'll eat a half of one very rarely. It almost makes me sick if I eat a whole one.
I'll tell you why this has happened. It's happened because of that particular person that that is with our group, and he's already told us that if we eat a bagel, it's worth 4 pieces of toast.
Oh my God!
So you don't have bagels. You don't.
Our Chuck?
Yes.
One bagel is worth 4 pieces of toast. Holy crap!
Wow.
This is why we have him at our group.
Yes, he's awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
4 pieces.
Everything in moderation, though. I mean,
exactly.
What happens is people go on these